For me, it's similar to that too. Like I tell people, like a lot of times I can't really create about something until I done processed it fully. You know what I'm saying? Like as I'm going through it, I can't really be trying to write about this shit. Boy, I go into some dark places trying to do that shit. You know what I'm saying? Honestly, I'd rather listen to somebody else shit. You know, like let me listen to somebody else while I'm going through this.
I can't, like you just said, you just hit it right on the nail. Cause I can't lose somebody today and then
write about
be like,
that shit tomorrow.
I want to make a song.
Can't do that shit.
I don't create like that.
Yeah.
Cause like, you know, if I'm going through something, matter of fact, I don't see how people like, oh, I'm mad right now. I'm finna push this shit out in the studio.
Can't do that shit neither.
I can't do that. If I'm mad, let me process being mad. Let me get through it. Then later I'll probably talk about it. I can't do it right then and there. That's not some. I can't do that because I don't even. If I'm mad, sad, anything, I don't want to do shit.
Right? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to be by myself and go through this shit.
I'm trying to chill, bro. Right. I ain't. Let me get through this shit first. But all that trying to create wild, nah.
Yeah, I can't do that neither. Yeah, I gotta process that shit. Yeah. You know, like, and that to me, like when I go through some shit like that, some heavy shit, like to me, that's when I go back almost to my childhood and like. I just want to I want to be an experiencer or some shit, whether it's watching a movie or watching a TV show or listening to music. I want to go through something passive. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't want to be active doing nothing. And I know when I don't really process whatever it is, whether it's me being upset or me being sad or I'm grieving, you know I done processed it. Whenever I start going to it, when I start getting the desire to create, and then as I'm creating, I look up and I'm like, oh, this is about this. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes I got to even listen to it back to realize like, oh, this really, you know, me talking about this. You know, this came out subconsciously.
I think I'll process it in the same thing. Yeah. Because like it's the same way for me. Like it's like I won't even realize that I'm making a specific song about a specific situation until like I'm looking at it like, oh, this came from this shit. You know what I'm saying? Like and now and you gotta think this shit. Like if my process of creating like I say, like a lot of times I don't always write. Sometimes I freestyle it first.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So I can be freestyling and I can say some shit that was kind of like reflecting on a situation.
Yeah.
And then I'll be like, oh, now I'm finna carry. I'm finna carry on. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah. I think that, you know, that's just like I said, one of the things that's so special also about being a creator is sometimes I think about I'll just be around people who maybe they don't necessarily write or record or create, and I just always think when I see them going through something and see them process something, like I don't even know how you go through this and you don't have this outlet at some point, because like I cannot have the outlet as I'm going through it. But one of the things I do know in the back of my mind is like at some point the way that I really can get all the way through this is gonna be in the studio. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be recording. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be listening to it back. Is as you get older, you know, and as you know, especially, you know, you grow up, you young and you black, you in the inner city, one of the things that is almost an inevitability and a guarantee for us is that you're going to lose somebody, you know what I'm saying? And you're going to lose people close to you. And one of the things that I've, you know, really understood as I've went through that is like, man, I don't know how I would have lost this person if I ain't have like some music, you know, to like to get lost in, you know, or go to if I can't get to the studio at some point and get lost in the studio, you know what I'm saying? Like, and
how would you even express?
Yeah, I don't even know how like, you know, people do it. Like even when I was you know, younger, one of the things that was I used to think, you know, I remember being younger and listening to certain songs and listening to Pac or listening to certain artists who really talked about, you know, loss a lot and grieving a lot. And I ain't really understand it fully yet, you know, like, cause you still going sort of a child's mind and maybe you done lost somebody, but you ain't understanding what it's like losing somebody as an adult, you know what I'm saying? And then getting older and losing somebody. And then I can go back to this song and be like, okay, you know what I'm saying? Like, I know how I can process this, you know, like I remember listening to this song. And also too, I remember what this song did for me, you know? And so like, I done been, you know, able to create stuff and somebody come to me and tell me about, you know, oh, I listened to this song, this helped me get through this thing, or you was talking about this and this helped me go through the process that I was going through. You know, I think that's just another thing that's really unique about artists, you know, especially like hip hop artists. You know, that's not really necessarily a thing you get in every genre, you know, because a lot of these genres of music is really removed from like from the streets, you know, removed from the inner city. And so a lot of the shit that they talking about is like, you know, relationships. They just somebody done broke up with them. You know what I'm saying? Like they girl done left or they dude done left. You know, and like that's still powerful music too, because you go through that too. You know what I'm saying? Like, but it's something special about, you know, hip hop where, you know, you find the right song, you know what I'm saying? Like a nigga done talk to, you know, if you done been locked up and arrested before, it's hard to find an R&B song, you know what I'm saying? Akon got locked up, but it's hard to find an R&B song where a nigga can talk to you about an experience they done had with the police or getting arrested, and you can feel it, you know, like, but, you know, I done had that experience, and like, I know I can go listen to some hip hop music and this nigga gonna relate, you know, tell me something where I can relate to, you know what I'm saying?
Trying to find love at the end of the week. Heartbroken, looking for revenge in the streets. Know a couple women who had did it to me. Gotta ask can it?
Live from the trenches. Nowadays niggas they be dying for attention. Your homie bill you wanna crack a smile when you winning, but he'll crack a joke and be a clown for them bitches when they got him.